Vi står här på den sista dagen av DreamHack Bukarest för StarLadder och jag står här med tredjeplatstagaren MiSeRy från Cloud9. Hi MiSeRy.
Hello.
Third place, how do you feel?
I feel all right. I think it's a pretty good result overall, but I would have liked to take IG down. I think we had them in the second game. We just took a really bad fight, and then it was really hard to win to play the game over from there. But yeah, overall it's okay result.
I mean, you were the only Western team to take a game of the Chinese at this event, and I mean, it was pretty impressive how you did in the first game, and like you said, it looked pretty secure in the second. Where do you feel like it all slipped? Why couldn't you close it?
I think the first game we got everything, all picks we wanted. I don't think this is our lineup, this is Cloud9 lineup, so that was pretty easy for us. We were really confident. The second game, I feel like we picked TA a bit too early. We have practiced there with TA, but we fourth picked it, and then they ended up picking two heroes that are really good against TA, and that was on both cores. So TA's impact was not that big that game. Maybe if we had went for a different item build, like Blink Desolator, we could have broken base earlier. But maybe a Shadow Fiend or something like that would have made the game easy for us. But still, we took a really bad fight at Roshan at one point, and some slight mess-ups earlier. But I mean, we should have won that game. We had early game, we had potentially to take all the towers, so yeah, it was just a bit poor play.
The casters noted that Fada built a pretty odd sort of style on TA with going for the Skadi. What's the rationale behind that build? To just be able to tank out and dish damage for a longer period of time, or?
I think just overall is the Saint Yasha Skadi build is so popular on almost all carries, especially range carries like Sniper and Chol and stuff like that. So we tried it out on TA and it worked really well in practice. So yeah, it's super strong actually, but it's still a hero where if they have too many ways of dealing with refraction, the hero becomes pretty mediocre compared to other mid-heroes like that.
So obviously, Cloud9 had this reputation with its previous line of crumbling sort of when it got serious, where they always finish second. And obviously in the third game, it just seemed as if you got outdrafted in a sense, or just drafted in a weird way, and I don't know, did you just feel like it was over before it even began after the picks were done, or what was the rationale behind the Terrorblade?
I think right when the picks were done, we were pretty confident, but when the game started to progress, we felt we couldn't do anything, and we felt okay, we actually insanely outpicked this game, and the game is pretty much over. We still try to play, but there was not really anything we could do from there.
What was the discussion in the team that when getting to that point? Because like you said, when you started playing, it was sort of oh, this isn't actually working. But why didn't those thoughts come into mind when you picked?
Well, generally from the get-go, we were really confused of what to pick. I don't know. Maybe we banned the wrong heroes. Maybe we definitely should have probably taken a different route than Phoenix Bad Rider opening. Yeah. But we could have also mixed up the bans. We could have there was a lot of things we could have done, but we just chose the wrong path kind of. Yeah. And the first two picks kind of fucked us in the sense that we didn't really know where to go from there. So the lineup we ended up with was pretty weird, and we couldn't really do anything. Yeah.
So the story of this land has obviously been that China seems to be on point again, like they were at the end of 2014 too, but then DAC, obviously they lost to EG, and I mean, but now it seems as if they've come back again. So I mean, do you feel like it's more that the patch has been figured out, or that they are adapting in a much better way than they did in 2013, or what do you feel about the Chinese teams now?
I mean, they're obviously stronger than the Western teams right now. There's no doubt about that. I could feel it from playing versus VG and IG. There's a big gap between the best Chinese teams and the Western teams overall. I did not expect Secret to drop out this early, and I think if they had performed better at this event, it wouldn't have looked like it does now. Secret was supposed to carry Europe in a sense, together with maybe us if we had a good run. So I think because of that, the Chinese looks even better than they are maybe.
Obviously, you played on Team Secret before, so I mean, from your own perspective, were you expecting this new version of Secret to perform as they have right now? Because obviously they performed well with placing top 3 at DAC, so I mean that is a solid performance, but still dropping out here in the first round of a tournament that they look favored to go into, were you expecting this at all?
No, I was not expecting them to drop out at all. I think. I mean, it's weird, right? Because all their players they have so many achievements, and they're all so good individually, and they're kind of all like, at least, like they have Kuroki and Poppy legends in Dota from Dota 1 also and stuff. So it's kind of weird, but it doesn't seem like they like. I actually don't know exactly what's going on, but they must have some kind of issue, maybe with the draft or something. I'm not sure, but yeah.
In regards to your own personal career, I feel like this is the time where you've been the most noticed, like when you joined Secret as the offlaner then, and then also when you joined Cloud9, it seems as if more people have gotten their eyes open for you as a player. So I'm wondering, like, of course, I'm assuming that you received this before, but the community seems to put a very, very sort of... They seem to act like C9 sort of shoulders the responsibility in some way of like being the best team, I guess. Maybe it's from like the speed gaming days and all of that. So like, how do you feel? Do you feel any different now, you know, when if you like lose 2 games, or you lose a best of 3, you just get, you know, it seems as if Cloud9 get targeted when it comes to hate and everything, and envy especially. Like, do you feel different at all now in comparison to when you played on other teams and maybe lost, you know?
I don't know, usually the Dota community are pretty harsh towards teams that are losing. It doesn't matter who you are. I mean, Cloud9 has some really loved and really hated players in a sense, so I mean, it might be a bit different. We might get smashed a little bit too much and call Cloud9 and stuff like that, but I mean, that's just Dota 2, I think, and the community in itself. Yeah, it's not too big of a difference, but I must say, like, we are really good at handling losses, I feel, right now. I mean, this event especially. I mean, this event was really positive for us overall, for sure.
So how will you like develop going forward then, or do you feel like everything works right now?
No, we have some stuff to work on, of course. We didn't win, so I mean, even the winner probably has stuff to work on, but like, I think we need to work on our communication most of all in the game. We need to calm down a bit in certain scenarios. I think that's the main thing. And maybe try to expand some strategies and get better at maybe 5-manning a bit or something like that.
Okay, I guess the final word is yours.
Yeah, well, shout out to Cloud9 and all the sponsors, and then like, yeah, check out my new Lion set also. You can find it at, I tweeted about it like a week ago, and then yeah, it should be in there on the workshop on Steam. It's called Might of the Demon Witch. You should check that out, it's really cool.
Thanks a lot for the interview.
Yeah, you're welcome.